Hey everyone, let's jump right in. Today, we are decoding a really foundational text on how to truly succeed in the retail space. We're going to be doing a detailed explainer, breaking down a concise but incredibly powerful framework about mastering the retail atmosphere. It's a short text, sure, but the implications for how we design our physical and digital spaces, they are absolutely massive.
So, think about this for a second. Is a great product enough to succeed in retail? It's kind of a provocative question, right? I mean, traditionally, business education focuses squarely on the item being sold. We obsess over the features, the manufacturing, the price tag. But the text we're analyzing today challenges that whole product-centric assumption right out of the gate. It suggests that a great product alone is ultimately going to fall flat without the right context around it.
Okay, let's dive right into this first big idea, beyond the product.
Our source introduces a major paradigm shift here. It tells us the environment plays a crucial role besides the product. You know, it isn't just some nice-to-have bonus or the wrapping paper for the main event. These two elements are literal equal co-stars. Your environment has to carry just as much strategic weight as the physical product you're trying to sell. Why? Because the context in which a product is presented fundamentally alters the perceived value of the product itself. It's a total game changer.
Which brings us to the second part of the equation, the marvelous environment. So our source material lays it out with a very clear, direct command. Create an appropriate atmosphere. This is your foundational requirement. Before you can inspire anybody, the basic sensory details just absolutely have to align with your brand. And whether you're building out a physical storefront with brick, mortar, and lighting, or a digital storefront with pixels and an intuitive user interface, establishing this baseline atmosphere is step one. It sets a comfortable stage so the product can actually shine.
But wait, the text doesn't just ask for an adequate environment or tell us to simply, keep the floors clean and the lights on. It sets a really intense qualitative standard, explicitly directing us to create a marvelous environment. Think about that word, marvelous. It implies something that causes wonder, something extraordinary. That is the standard being set here. Your retail space has to be a place of wonder. It requires moving way beyond pure utility and intentionally designing spaces that evoke emotion, surprise, or deep engagement from the literal second someone enters.
And what does building all of this wonder actually achieve? Well, let's move to our final section, the ultimate experience. Our excerpt outlines this precise, methodical formula for success in 3 really logical steps. First, you create an appropriate atmosphere to set your baseline. Second, you elevate that baseline into a truly marvelous environment. And third, that marvelous environment functions as the engine to provide the ultimate customer experience. You just can't skip steps here. The wonder you engineer in step 2 is exactly what unlocks the deep customer loyalty found in step 3.
Providing this ultimate customer experience is the definitive goal, the whole shebang. You don't build a marvelous environment just for the sake of making things look pretty. You build it because it is the exact catalyst needed to deliver an unparalleled experience. It's the bridge between a shopper casually browsing an item and a shopper having a transformative, truly memorable interaction with your brand. When the environment deeply resonates, the transaction becomes an event. And you know what happens then? It makes price feel like a secondary concern compared to the feeling of the experience itself. Which leaves us with this final, vital question to audit your own spaces. Does your retail environment provide the ultimate customer experience, or are you just relying on your product to do all the heavy lifting? Remember, the product is only half the equation. To truly succeed, your environment must be nothing short of marvelous. So think about how you can elevate your own spaces today. What's one thing you can change right now? Thanks for joining me, and keep exploring.